Oh, no. I'm live on the wrong page. Hang on. Ah! Oh my gosh. I need to get rid of that. Hang on. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. Well, click that button. I can't believe I just did that. Hang on. I've got two. You got to laugh at yourself, don't you? I'm running way behind, late to my own live video. I've just got off a 2-hour call with my VIP students. So rushing against the clock, and I've just gone live on the wrong Instagram channel. So I did that last week as well. So is that, oh my gosh, now I'm taking a photograph of myself. What is going on? Hello, everybody. How are you? Are you having a more organized day than I am? Let's go live. Stop it. Phone, play nicely. I can't believe. So what I'm talking to you about while I get myself organized here, say hello if you're watching live. Hang on, I've just got to write this description. Need to improve. So are you laughing at me? I'm laughing at me. You can't go live on the wrong Instagram channel, Helen. Well, apparently you can. Okay, so let's try that again. Hello. So I'm live in the right spot now. I'm live here. So if you're watching live, welcome to my chaos. Yeah, I've just jumped off a 2-hour call with my VIP students, so I was running a little bit late. So I was a bit late, and then I wasn't watching what I was doing. But what we are here to talk about today is self-confidence. Do you lack a little bit of self-confidence when it comes to building a business online? Most people do, and it holds them back. And they end up with things like self-doubt, lack of self-confidence, worrying way too much what other people think, and all of those kind of things kind of nudge them in the wrong direction of, self-doubt and lack of confidence. And when people have a lack of confidence, they don't do what they need to do online, which is show up, do live videos, whether you make mistakes or not, like I just did, create content, have conversation, prompt conversation, like all the stuff that you need to do on social media. If you have a lack of self-confidence, you'll probably avoid doing a lot of those things, and you sit in overwhelm, and you kind of know what you need to do, but you're actually not doing it. Does that ring true for any of you? Can you relate to any of that? That you kind of know what you need to be doing, but you're overthinking the content, you're overthinking conversations, you're worried about what people are thinking. So, or somebody said something to you that knocked your confidence, and now you're just not feeling the love for doing what you need to do. So if you can relate to that, put the word relate, in the comments. So what I want to share with you in this video is sort of 3 things to think about regarding improving your self-confidence, because you need to in this industry. If you want to build a business confidently on social media, you've got to be quite confident in what you're doing. And because most people who build on social media have a lack of self-confidence, it's not a good marriage, is it? So we need to resolve this. So let's have a think about some things that you might be able to do to help you increase your self-confidence. Now, if you're not familiar with my lives, I go live 3 times a week here publicly on my business page, in my free group, and over on Instagram. But my first video of the week is something to do with personal development or personal growth. Because like I was just talking to the VIPs about, like all the social media skills, the reels, the stories, everything that you need to do to build on social media. Yeah, you need to learn that. But the biggest asset that you have in building your business online is you. It's you. It's you, wherever you're looking at me from. So it's not all the fancy social media stuff. Yeah, it's good to know, but it's you. It's your organization. It's you doing the do every day. It's your social media content. It's the conversations that you're prompting from your content, or that you're, intentionally, initiating. That's all down to you. The way you show up on social media. Do you show up as somebody that people would love to know? Are you positive? Are you funny? Do you give great value? Like, how are you showing up on social media? All of that comes from confidence. So are you confident to do that? Or do you lack the self-confidence to do that, but you would like it? Okay, let me know in the comments where you sit with that. You need more confidence. Like most people do, even if they admit it or they don't. I know most people need to build their confidence to be able to show up more on social media, to show up in their stories without kind of thinking about it, just sharing their day, or to give more value on social media. It comes down to self-confidence, okay? So the things that you need to understand about self-confidence is it's not actually something you are born with. It is a skill. And you do grow it by things that you can actively do. But you might look at some people and go, oh, they're born to have self-confidence, or they're so confident, like they've always been confident their whole life. When we're a baby, we are not born with self-confidence. How we get brought up, or how we are nurtured, or the people that mentor us, or the way that we grow up is how we build self-confidence. We're not born with it. So you can change it. And if you want to grow more self-confidence, you've got to work on it. Okay? So here's some things to think about. If you are not self-confident, have you ever really thought about why? What's causing you to not be confident? Is it the opinions of others? Some people will say not, but for a lot of people, I probably disagree. Most people are worried a little bit about what other people think. And so they don't confidently go out and say what they want to say and do what they want to do and show up on social media because they're worried about what other people think. If that's you and you lack some self-confidence to post what you really want to post or say, or show up in your stories, or do live videos, like you lack a little bit of confidence in doing those things, you are giving your power away to other people. Do you get that? When you are worried about what other people think, or you hold yourself back because, just think about that for a sec. Why do you hold yourself back? Have you ever really thought about that? What's the real reason you're holding yourself back from doing what you need to do on social media to attract people to you, to get the customers that you desire or the teammates that you desire? If you're not doing as much as you would like to be doing on social media, why is that? Is it because you're worried? What are you worried about? If you're worried, you're probably worried that you're going to say the wrong thing. You're worried that you're not going to be funny enough, or you're worried that people are going to judge you, or you're worried about people's opinions. You're absolutely giving your power away to other people. So the first thing that you need to do to bring back self-confidence and to show up as the person that you want to be on social media is to bring back your power to yourself and back yourself. You have to be aware that that is what you need to do. Because if you're holding yourself back because you're worried about the opinions of others, you've just given all your power away as the person to the opinions of others. Like, that doesn't even make sense that we do that. But a lot of people in this industry do that. But don't give your power away to other people. Readjust who you give your power to, and you want to take back your power and do what you want to do and say what you want to say and go after what you want to go after, because other people don't pay your bills. So bring back your power and give it to you, and do what, go after what you want instead of worrying about. When you just worry about what other people think, you're giving all of your power away to those people who don't really think about you as much as you think they think about you. We spend all this time worried about what other people think. They're not thinking that much about you. They're actually thinking that much about themselves. It's a vicious cycle, is it not? So, one, to help build your self confidence, take your power back, step into your own, do what you want to do, go after your goals and dreams. And who cares what anybody else thinks? Okay, that's number one. You've got to bring your power back. You've got to be aware that you need to bring your power back to you and stop giving your power away to other people who have got strong opinions about what they think about your business or what you're doing, or you perceive they've got opinions. Not your problem. Their thoughts, their world, their reality, not yours. Okay? The second thing that you need to do to build self-confidence is you've got to be willing to try. You've got to be willing to fail forward. You've got to be willing to take the action before you get confident. People are looking at confidence all the wrong way around. Like, when I get more skilled, or when I learn more about the products, I'll talk about them online. When this, when that, then I will. Confidence doesn't come before action. Action comes before confidence. You've got to take action before you'll get the confidence. Otherwise, the confidence will never come. So if you sit back and wait for things to happen, to be confident, you've got it backwards. You've got to actually go and take messy action and scary action and action that you are fearful of doing before you will get confidence. Self-confidence is not built without action. So you've got to realize that action becomes before self-confidence. So you've got to try. You didn't learn to ride a bike by not falling over and probably hurting yourself many times. Any of you that got any muscle on your body, you didn't only lift muscles like weights a couple of times and then suddenly built a big muscle. You've got to try again and again and again and again. A good way to look at it is try to picture yourself as a future version of yourself, that you're already there. You're already that confident person. And what would that confident person do? What action would they take? What action would they already have taken to become that confident person? And you go and take that action. You've got to be willing to be braver to become more confident. Because confidence doesn't, I'll say it again, confidence doesn't come before action. You can't become confident unless you go and do the things that you are scared to kind of do. You've got to be willing to try, and you've got to be willing to fail, and you've got to be willing to fall over. You know, kids that learn to walk, they don't fall over and go, I'm not doing that again, and stay flat on the ground and never learn to walk. They get up, they bump into walls, they fall over all the time. This is what building online is like. You've got to get up and do the things and take the action and be willing to fall over and maybe make some mistakes. But you've got to be willing to try and take the action to build self-confidence. Otherwise, your self-confidence will never come. Like, have you done anything really scary and actually been really proud of yourself for doing it? Like, maybe somebody asked you to speak on stage or speak on a Zoom call and you were really nervous to do it. But you did it anyway. You did it scared. You did the action. And then you're so proud of yourself afterwards. So you get more confident to do it again. You've got to realize confidence doesn't come before the scary action. So if you want to get more self-confident in building your business and attracting customers and, attracting team members, you've got to do the scary action. You've got to keep on trying. You can't give up. You can't back away. You can't crawl in a hole. You can't disappear off social media and expect it to change. Self-confidence doesn't come without messy action. So get a little bit braver. So number one, take back your power and do it, whatever it is that you want to do, and stop worrying about the opinions of others, because when you do, you're just giving your power away to other people. That's not serving you. Secondly, be willing to take the action, messy action, to build the confidence, because you can't build confidence without taking the messy action first. So you've got to grow some balls. You got to take messy action. Do you know what I mean? So that's number two. Along with number two is also like taking the messy action. Like for you to feel confident in things, you got to practice. You got to do it again and again. Like for somebody to get really good at speaking on stage, for somebody to get really good at live videos, for somebody to get really good at putting reels together, you got to practice. You got to do it again. You got to do it again. You got to do it again. And that builds confidence in doing it. And then you can turn around and teach others. But you'll never get there. Like think of sports people. Think of people that play professional sports. They do it messy over and over and over and over again. They practice, they practice, they practice, they practice, and then they get really, really good. And that's where their confidence comes from. You cannot build on social media unless you take that messy action and practice and show up, even though you know it might not be the best. You cannot build self-confidence unless you do that. So you've got to realize that. You've got to have a level of awareness around that, okay? The third thing that can help you build self-confidence in this industry and online is what part of your business lights you up the most. So if you've got a product, like is there something about that product that you're interested in? You're interested in the research behind it. You've got a really powerful story yourself, or somebody that you know has got a powerful story, or maybe it's the business side of what you do. It's making money online. It's working with a team. It's working with a community. What is it? And every one of you would have something. What is it that kind of lights you up the most about your business? Is it the business? Is it the product? Is it, the niche area you're in? Like, have a think about that. Because here's where some people go wrong online. They might really be trying to build like the business side of social media, but it's actually the product that really lights them up. That's what they get excited about. That's what they like to talk about. So they're holding themselves back on social media because they want to do business, but what really lights them up is something about the product. If that's you, I would really encourage you to start with what lights you up and what makes you feel like excited, and start talking about that online first, and then build into business once you've got some confidence. So if you're trying to build a business online and you have absolutely no confidence and it doesn't really excite you, it's not a good combination, is it? So if you're in your business for some particular reason. There's a reason why you're in this industry. There's a reason why you're in your company. There's a reason why you put your hand in your pocket and you joined. What was that reason? What was it that gave you hope about joining the business that you're in? What was it that kind of lights you up that got you into the business? I would encourage you, when it comes to self-confidence online, to go back to the core reason of what you were really interested in and explore that more online. Because what you find a little bit easier to talk about, then you'll do number two. You'll have more confidence to try and do it messy, to talk about, to then build the confidence. Okay, so it's almost like out of the three things that I've mentioned, like think of three, then two, then one. Like three, what's something that you don't mind talking about that kind of lights you up a little bit? Like it actually excites you to build an extra income stream online, or the community that you work with in your team, you just absolutely adore it. Like talk about that. Or if it's product-based, what is it about your product that really lights you up, that you're really intrigued by, that you absolutely love talking about? Start there. That'll start building your confidence, because it's something that you enjoy talking about. When you enjoy talking about something, you feel more confident about it. Does that make sense? So then you'll be more inclined to do number two, which is talk more about it. Do messy action. Try different things. Practice going live, practice doing stories, practicing doing reels in that thing. And then while you're building the muscle of what I mentioned in number one is, taking your power back. It's like, no, this is what I want for me and my family. I'm not going to worry about what other people think. It's not their life. It's not their bank account. It's mine and my family's, and I want to build residual income. So I'm going to do more of that because I'm taking my power back and doing what I want to do. Okay, so those three things, I almost sort of think about them backwards, the third and the second and the first. Okay, but self-confidence doesn't just come, and you can't sit back and complain about your business and say, well, when I'm a little bit more confident about the product, or when I'm a little bit more confident in the business, or when I'm a little bit more confident, that it doesn't happen that way. Self-confidence comes when you take the actions that you need to then feel better about it. And you can't get that confidence unless you do something that's a little bit scary. You get a kind of okay result, and you prove to yourself, I can do this. I can do this. I'm kind of good at that. I enjoyed that. I surprised myself. I spoke up on a team call and I was really nervous, but I did good. And then it gives you confidence to do it again and again. Like, you can't get confidence unless you do the scary things. So many people are waiting to be more confident before they speak up more. It doesn't work that way. So have a think about those three things that I just mentioned deeply, each one of them. Get a little bit braver. Have a think about what kind of lights you up and talk about that more, because that'll help build your confidence. In what what you want to talk about, to then take more messy action. And then when you show up more confident, they'll listen to you more. When you're not confident about what you're talking about, when you're not confident about your business, when you're not confident, when you're trying to show up and talk about things, people can see right through that. So we need to try to build your confidence, but you can't build that confidence unless you do it a little bit messy to start with. You can do it. Every one of you can do it. Every one of you can build to be that confident person that you want to be online. You know, those leaders that you look up to and say, I wish I had their confidence. They weren't born with it. They created that. And so can you. Can you on Instagram. Okay? It's a learnt skill. So you can either sit back and complain about not being confident enough on social media, or you can do something about it. So have a think about those three things that I've just mentioned and go and actively, proactively do something about it. Because you can. You absolutely can. It's in your power. You are in more control than you think. Self-responsibility. Go and work on your self-confidence. Okay. Hey, Debbie, how are you? So Debbie has said, I know I buy off people who do Facebook Lives videos as I like, know, and trust them. And, just to pick up on Debbie's comment there, if you want people to know, like, and trust you, you need to show up confidently. You may not have arrived yet. You may not have made the money that you want yet. You may not have the amount of customers that you want yet, or the amount of team members. But if you are confident in who you are and where you're going, that's all you need. The rest will come. So show up with confidence. Find your groove with whatever it is that you want to talk about. Don't give your power away to other people and hold yourself back on the thought of what somebody else might think. Why would you give all your power away to other people's opinions? You're worth more than that. Go after what you want. Build that residual income. Build that nest for yourself and your family. There's nothing more powerful than residual income. It's worth fighting for. So take back your power, find your groove, find what it is that lights you up to talk about, and go and take some messy action. Okay? Because no one is born with a whole lot of confidence. They've just tried maybe a little bit harder than you have. Okay? I will leave you with those thoughts. I hope you go and take some action on that. Okay? Super powerful. You've got the control. You've got the power. But you either choose to listen and do something about it, or you choose to listen and go, yeah, whatever, and stay stuck. That's a choice. Okay? So choose wisely. This week in the coaching community, we have got a very powerful conversation about what it takes to be successful online in 2025, about the authenticity of how you need to show up. So a much deeper conversation, than what I'm talking about now. And just remember, next week, I have got a super powerful content creation bootcamp for you guys, and it's free. So if you haven't registered, make sure you do. Put it up on the screen now here on Facebook, and I'll share with you guys on Instagram. If you go to helenmartinonline.com helenmartinonline.com/content. That's it, helenmartinonline.com/content. Register for my free content creation bootcamp that I'm doing next week. It's just 3 days. But if you struggle with content, you want to be more confident with content, join me next week, because I'm going to give you some tools and some ideas and some inspiration to be able to create content quicker and easier. And let's get out of all this overwhelm that you guys get into with content and streamline that process. So just forewarning that I won't be live on Instagram at all next week, or my business page. I will only, or YouTube, I'll only be live in my free group doing the boot camp. So you want to get registered so you can join us in my group and follow along with that boot camp next week. Okay. And there was a time change, so I'm hoping those in the US and Canada and other time zones have found me. We are in this time now that I'm live for the next 6 months. So all our clocks have changed now around the world for the next 6 months. So this is the time that I'll be live moving forward for the next 6 months until we all change our clocks again. Okay, so I will see you live here, not tomorrow, but the next day.